Welcome back to Overthinking Understanding Podcast. I'm your host, Victoria Moore, and we are back with another episode. If my voice sounds a little weird today, on top of me having my travel mic, I've been working. I have been working. It's not just like I fly. I've been back. I've been on this trip has been long. Let me put it like that. But I've been wanting to do an episode for you guys. I was trying to get an episode shot in another location, but I was like, hey, this location that I'm going to right now, I have not been to. I have not shot an episode. I have not recorded an episode or shot an episode in. Let me fix that because I've been here. But without further ado, the special location I'm shooting from is Alaska. Like I say, bear with me. I think this is gonna be a good episode, chill episode. Like I say, I've been working, but I want to talk about this topic, and I love getting this content out to you guys. Honorable mention and a shout out. So I'm in Alaska right now. I was in Hawaii a few days ago, and I met these people. Forgive me, I do not remember the name, but I want y'all to check out their podcast. Let me get to it because I don't want to lie. But I'm almost for sure it's Cannabis, Cocktails, and Conversations. And they were some lovely people, had their kids and stuff out there on the beach in Hawaii. Yep. So I want y'all to follow Cannabis, Cocktails, and Convos. That's what they say on Instagram. I wonder if do they got it out? New episode out. Spotify. Yeah, I think that's the name of it. So shout out to them. They was real lovely people. They was some real lovely people. And they had on all platforms just like my podcast is. And this husband and wife. So y'all go check that out. Go support. See, look, I met them people on the beach. You know, support is free. Support and shouting out is so free. But like I say, without further ado, I told y'all where I was at. I'm going to give y'all a fun fact about Alaska. So right now, it is almost 9 o'clock down here. The sun is going to be up until the sun is up, until I get back up. They get sunlight for like 24 hours, 6 months out of the year. And it's weird to see, as you know, a lot of people be like, Alaska cold, Alaska got this and that. And I done traveled to before. Like a lot of the hotels in Alaska, I don't want to say all, because I ain't been to all. But I'm going to say probably the majority. A lot of them have blackout curtains because they have that 6 months of sunlight. And I'm talking, it's 9. Like, I think the darkest that I see it get is maybe like at 12 or 11 at night. But if the sun goes down, it's not just necessarily just bright. Like, of course it moves, but the sun just goes down. But it does not go all the way down. Does that make sense? Like I said, now, forgive me for my voice. Got my travel mic, but I've been working. Like, Hawaii is like 6 hours off of where I normally live at. And then, you know, this trip was a good trip though. I wasn't expecting this trip, let me put it like that. But I was blessed enough to see my people off in Seattle. So shout out to E and Mama and my nieces and nephews. I was able to show my nieces and nephews what I do, bring them on the plane and stuff. So shout out to them. But yeah, it's just been a long trip. Been away from home since last week. Basically, you know, almost a week gone on the road. Having a good time, don't get me wrong, but, you know, good and bad. Just a little tired. My body's not used to. I traveled so much when I first got this job. I was traveling like non-stop. Got used to it. But, you know, we've been flying, but not like this extended long trips like this. We haven't took them in a minute, so my body is really like trying to figure out. And there's no point to even try to get my body readjusted to no type of time zone because I'm just going to be out of whack probably until next week because my body was in Hawaii, need to get adjusted to being a 6 hours difference. Then I go back. You know, Washington State is 3 hours off of me. Now I'm in Hawaii, Alaska, and I add another hour, so my body don't even. When I go to sleep, you know, and when I wake up, it just get up. So, but I'm saying all that to say, you know, shout out to y'all. Shout out to my listeners and supporters. I got me some flyers and stuff done. Make sure I leave them at every place I done been to. But like I say, check out cannabis and cocktails combos. I'm gonna try to put it up there. Like I didn't see just like a flat out. I'm gonna inbox those guys. I'm trying to get on an episode actually. But yeah, check them out on all platforms. But without further ado, let's get this episode started. I'm gonna start this episode off like this. I'm gonna say this, because a lot of people always ask, and I starting to say more of what my podcast is, because I do have like, I feel like from my numbers, I got about 20 or 30 like listeners, supporters that listen to every episode, so they know. And some of my numbers are just like, crazy high. So I feel like, those episodes kind of caught people's attention. So I be kind of like reiterating what my podcast is and my belief behind my brand and my podcast, because I know everybody's not catching every episode. But with that being said, like, I'm a people loving person and I'm a people believing person. So, I talk about these topics and stuff on my podcast. I really want the gist of who I am as a person. I love people and I want people to love themselves. And I feel like, the moment more people start loving themselves, the better the world's going to be. Not agreeing on everything that's to be agreed on. Not agreeing on lifestyle. Not agreeing on religion. None of that. Just you love yourself. You confident in your ability to love yourself and whatever that you do believe in. You go out there and you go be a better person in the world. You're not trying to force nobody to believe or force or try to control people. So like that is one of my big things about my podcast. That's why I'm focused on. I talk about these topics and these different little ways of how I view life. But with the overthinking, understanding, like there's no way that we can move people and be this thing with just mother, father, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, co-worker, worker for other people if we're not good for ourselves. So I just wanted to like get that out the way, because I know like sometimes people will tell me what I should talk about on my podcast and how I should structure my show. And like I said, I'm never going to talk about overthinking. The definition of overthinking is thinking about something for too long. And we do that already. What do you get out of overthinking but anxiety? I believe in the understanding of, okay, you got a problem, you got a situation, you got this thing that's on your mind. You could think about something. I could sit here for hours and just think about doing the episode, but thinking and giving thought and breaking down and making a plan is not necessarily the same thing. Like overthinking is just thinking about something too long. That's it. Like you too long, you're thinking about it. So you're not thinking about a solution to a problem. You're not thinking about how to fix it. Like you could think about that your life sucks. I think I used this on the last, but you could think about your life sucks all day long. How do you fix your life sucking? So my podcast will never be structured to be like, oh, this is a situation that people overthink, and I think this is what people overthinking. I think you should understand. No, I feel like I'm gonna bring up topics that people already think too much on. I have came up with a conclusion on from thinking too much, but it's not necessarily a solution, a betterment to the world by no means. So like I say, like overthinking, understanding, that is my brand, it is my podcast, and we do enough overthinking. I try to get people to understand. Like I say, dedication, patience, good work ethic, it'll knock out so much stuff in life. And a lot of people don't. It'd be like, it's not that simple. It really is. It really is. You want, and it's not gonna be easy. You gotta be dedicated to your vision. You gotta have a work ethic that if you do gotta work a 9 to 5, you gotta work for yourself. It gotta transfer to both ways. You gotta be patient, because it's not gonna happen as fast as you think it's gonna happen. And you gotta understand really what you want to do. Like what is the vision that I have in my head? I want to be successful. 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 Is it a number? Successful, is it children? Is it cars that you have? How do you get to being successful? People be like, I want to be successful. Okay, that's cool. And I thought about being successful. What did you think about and being successful? Did you think about how to get there? So yeah, like I just wanted to put that out there. And I think, when people meet me in person and I'm able to speak with people a little bit better, I'm able to, I guess, try to articulate, or easier for them to get a gist of me as a person. So when I talk about my podcast, it's easy for people to be all on board for it. But I want that to translate, be conveyed over my podcast too on my YouTube. So, but without further ado, I got a couple topics I want to talk about with y'all today. And the first topic, I'm gonna just say like this: it has nothing. I'm not a blogger. I'm not trying to hop on the highest topic, but it is a topic that stood out to me, and I felt like it'd be perfect for my show. And like I say, I'm a people person, and how I feel about people and my outlook on life. So the baby had made a uneducated comment at one of his shows. He apologized. I would say it was the best apology, but he apologized, and then they went to pulling him off of shows. In support for the LGBT community. And I'm going to tell you, as a member, put the L in it, like, as a member of that community, being labeled by society, like, how is that support? Don't get me wrong, like I say, the comment was very uneducated, but, like, how did we fix that by taking him off of shows? And how are you supporting the LGBT, Q plus community? I know people in the LGBT community that has made similar uneducated comments. And some things you don't know unless you know somebody that's going through it. So I want to unpack it. The baby made this comment about LGBTQ and AIDS, right? He was an uneducated man. And people felt like, and on top of that, I'm looking like he's an entertainer. He's an entertainer. Like, there's nothing wrong if your child, I don't even know, I don't even go to concerts, but I don't know how old you got to be, the youngest age to get into a concert. Like, is it 18 plus for a performer like that, or is it 15, 16? But long story short, you can see on his Instagram and YouTube and stuff, his little performances, he bringing a bed out on stage. You got, you got some of the entertainers that do women lingerie, like sexual acts or insinuating sexual acts on stage. And the baby made this comment, and y'all get to pull in his shows. Like, what in that is support for the LGBT community? It blew my mind. I'm like, what? And first of all, like I say, things can hit a little different if you know somebody or if you yourself has been through it. At the same time, I'm going to say, as being a member of the LGBT community, it was yeah, that's an ignorant comment. He should kind of watch what he say. At the same time, I take it with a grain of salt, because I'm saying myself personally, I take it with a grain of salt, because you don't know what you don't know. And you kind of educate yourself on what you choose to educate yourself on, or until life comes around and forces you to educate yourself on it. I know plenty of people with cancer, that, and the third. People can talk about it, do this. Until my brother got cancer, and I seen how fast it spread, and do this and that. Then you educate yourself on cancer. Really educate yourself on it. My grandmother had it, but she's been dead as long as I've been alive. Before, don't say as long as I've been on this earth, I've never seen my girl. I could just hear stories and know that she had cancer, but I didn't have to watch somebody deal with it. So I'm just saying all of that to say, taking the baby off of shows, he apologized, even, and like I say, with him being an entertainer, that one of his more famous things is he took somebody's life. He brags about it in songs all the time. And I'm not saying nothing as I listen to the baby, I'm not saying nothing as in a bad way, but I'm saying what was the people felt like, because he was an entertainer, that he should have been educated. And it's how? He's still a person. I'm not standing with the comment by any means. I'm not saying that he was right for his comments by any means. In the way that he addressed it, and the first time when he made a statement about it, I'm not saying that was right by any means, but I'm just saying like what was the purpose? What was the purpose of y'all taking the shows and then saying like it's support of the LGBT community and like accepting like a lot of I'm gonna say a lot of people think that support is acceptance of being okay with the lifestyle that we choose. Like, well, I'm not gonna knock you for doing it, but that's like that ain't support. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like people be like, I'm not knocking you for doing a podcast, but you're not sharing it, liking it, listening to it, doing none of that. It's not support. So like it really blew my mind for the baby to make this comment, and then they pulled off of shows. Then he issues an apology, like a formal or decent apology, right? And it's like, oh, we putting off the shows in support for the LGBT community because we're not going to stand on nobody who did that. What the hell is y'all talking about? There's a billion people in the world, and all of them ain't gay. What was the support in that? And everybody's jumping on. And I seen like Miley Cyrus make a thing like, educate them. And that's exactly how I feel. Like people make mistakes. And you can't tell me because this man is an entertainer that he is supposed to be educated on this. But we are so quick to not humble ourselves into, and I mean across the board as humans, we are so quick to not humble ourselves as people that you make celebrities by being famous and doing this and magnify that their job makes them in the spotlight. That doesn't take them away from being a normal person. That does not take that away from them. They're still a normal human being that is educated on things they're educated on, that may speak out of turns, that may speak out of emotion, they get to feeling themselves like they people. But I just felt like it was bandwagon. I still don't see correct me if I'm wrong. I still don't see the support in it. The way I'm looking at somebody that stood against what the lifestyle that we live or whatever. And that comment was not malicious. It was uneducated, but it wasn't malicious. He didn't mean nothing bad about the comment that he made. And then everybody like, we gonna take his money? Like, how is that support? How many people are gonna sit there and be like, we're gonna educate about AIDS? The baby made that. Like, let me see somebody come. I'm not saying it's not. I said I haven't seen it. And them people taking his money. Same people could be like, that's throwing, because these are concerts. He's an entertainer, a rapper. These are concerts that are getting thrown for, like I say, sexual nuances and stuff to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, all drugs, like shoot them up, kill them all, getting messed up. Like, all this going to be happening at these concerts. In the music. Let me fix it. I ain't saying this was going on in concert. All of this is about to be happening at the concerts in the music. But the same people won't be like if you be like, I'm going to take the money from the baby and I'm going to sit here and put on an educational concert. I'm going to put on some type of this and that in support for AIDS. Because you made it so big about the community, LGBT, the alphabet mafia. You made it so big about it, and I was just like, where is the support in that? People are still gonna be uneducated about certain things. Like this didn't make me educated about AIDS. This is me. When I remember this is gonna be the baby made a comment about AIDS. They stood with the LGBT community. They took his money. Like, I'm like, what? Like, in the inner comment or the uneducated comment that was made, he could have just been educated on it. But like I said, as people, we just forget to humble ourselves, and we're ready, and people get so much in the uproar, jumping on the bandwagon. And don't get me wrong, my podcast, my opinion, but just like everybody was so quick in support of George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter movement, you go down there and going to protest and knock buildings and do all of this. And I'm not saying the protesters out there for the right thing, we're all doing it. But I'm just saying that was a show of support, right? We're standing with you. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. How many programs? Like I say, I haven't looked into it. This is just me talking, me thinking. I haven't looked into it in details. Black Lives Matter got painted on streets and stuff like that. But how many legit, all the money that went into that one movement, so they got the people going. All these millions of dollars that was made. How much of that money was started to start programs to educate people in like these small areas? It shouldn't be nowhere that is not educated about Africans Americans or racism, period. Like people get so big on jumping on bandwagons. We will attack an event without ever finding the solution for it. And that's overthinking understanding. That is my belief and my brand. Like how are we attacking this event, what this man did, but it's a problem. Because the person is not the problem. The problem that the person was uneducated. We got to stop making the people the problem. The way that they think, the way that some people think is the problem. And the lack of education, the lack of humility that we as humans put on ourselves by making these people this larger than life things, it trickles down. Like, he was feeling himself on stage, but what was the education? And like I said, what was the support? What was the reason for that? And how was this event, this problem that happened, how was it rectified? How will we make sure that any other, and like, people can say what they want to. That is true. And people can take their money if they want to. That's true. I'm just saying as a general, like everybody's not going to be on the same page. And I understand that. But for the people who listen to my podcast, if I feel like out of the 40 to 50 people that listen to an episode of my podcast, at least 10 of them go off to be better. And somebody in their life sees them change and they go off to affect them to be better. I'm about people. And I just feel like that was not a show of support for the LGBT community by no means. That was a show of force that we're not in. Like, it's not war. Don't get me wrong. We could dissect it. We can dive into it. We can go into there like it could be looked at as war. I'm just saying, like, on the surface, it's not war. You showed a show of force. Like, hey, you don't make these comments, and you better feel some type of way that you made these comments, or these are the consequences. That's a damn show of force. It's not education. If I go in there and I give in my homework, and my professor like you but make some type of big showing, like you gonna pass this class, or you gonna do these assignments better, or you failing. Like, damn, like, obviously I didn't understand the work, or something was a breakdown. And from your teaching to my comprehension, they're not going to do that. They're going to educate me. They're going to tell me what I did wrong on this assignment, or what she didn't like about the essay, and it's going to come back. It's an education process, right? Long story short, if I just, go down a rabbit hole, all I'm saying is that, to the people, not saying love you, the baby's stupid. The baby is uneducated in errors. He can't be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has been successful. Like, he's not stupid. This is the same man who, and like I said, he's not a part of the community, so you get educated differently. You see the word differently. But he's an African-American male that did speak up, but used his platform and his voice to speak against cops and, police brutality. And he's still a man that has took another person's life. This is, documented news about it. So we just can't make it like, oh, he's a bad person, let's take his money. Like, y'all paying, in essence, you're paying a murderer to come perform. And I'm not saying in a bad way, by no means, protected his family. I'm just saying, like, the way that people will blow it up and look at it, and it's like, he is a person. Like, you made him this larger and like that. He is a rapper who believed in himself, CEO mogul, whatever. Like, not trying to discount it, but I'm just saying, like, he's an entertainer. Let me fix it. He's an artist that has, what's the right word I'm looking for? Has made a way for himself. You know, y'all paying him what he asked to be paid for a reason. He's an entertainer. But when he goes home, he gets off of that stage. He's chilling. He is a human. While he's on stage, he is a human. He's looked at as something larger than life, but he's still a human. In that moment, he's great. You know what I'm saying? But he's still a human. So, like, and I'm going to just, like, with this first topic, I just want to put it, like, educate. Stop attacking. Stop attacking a person's action and just harping on that action. Like, identify why the action bothered you. Find your best way to describe, get it out, why it bothers you, and then come up with a solution. Like we just get stuck in like an action, expression, and then be like a thought. Like we can have a thought like, oh, they did that, this and that, he a dumbass, he a ass, screw him. That's it. Ain't no solution, ain't nothing being fixed. It's just, he did that, so he believe like this. Oh, that's thinking, right? You could think about it all day long. That's thinking. I didn't say overthink. Like I said, that's just thinking. Right? Like, what did that help? Who did that? Oh, he an asshole. I ain't gonna listen to more his music, this, that, and the third. What did that help? And I can go on forever with a list of entertainers that has did some crazy things because they are human. And like, what programs get started? Like, what is the oh, we're gonna take him off of this. We're not gonna listen to his music. We're gonna put his music on Spotify. We're gonna pull him off of this. And then there's people that's so effed up to me. Like, I got homeboys and even females that have did some messed up things to myself and to other people. And I myself would never get on the wrong side of humility and humble. I have did plenty of messed up things, and like we still could have some type of relationship and coexist amongst each other. We, at the end of the day, like I say, I feel like we don't share this. We do not occupy this land by ourselves. And for everybody, for that action to be made and him to feel the way he feel, like at the end of the day, if he apologizes, he not saying that, hey, I'm not wrong. I'm not saying that he won't go out there or he won't sit with himself at home and be like, hey, I was wrong for what I did and how I did it. But at the same time, you got a person. I'm speaking for myself too. Like, it's a certain type of like you like I made a mistake, but you can't take me out the fact that I'm human. Like, I can make a mistake, but the moment that you try to take me out of the fact that I'm human, just like you human, then it's a defense coming up, because it's just like, bro, like, I messed up. I didn't handle it the best. And yeah, even the first time it came through, like, I didn't say it the best, but I did apologize. I did it. But you're going to take it like, like your uncle ain't made a comment, or like this person ain't said something, or this person done did this or did that, or you going to miss all the other stuff that I did. Like, I'm human. And people forget to put themselves in their position. It's like, come on, now he getting pulled off of this song and that song. And so now, because he made an uneducated comment, he doesn't like. And even if he don't like the LGBT community, what in the soul the fuck flows the hell what? Try to cuss him, but so the hell what? It's plenty of people who do not like the LGBT community that I work with. It's family members that I love dearly that don't like this. What does that mean? Like, come on now. Like, you don't have to force somebody to, but that does not mean that he's malicious and he's against it. There's some people I don't care for. You don't care for African American people? Okay, cool. Like, what is we doing about it? We live in a world where we try to force people to change what they believe. Like, hell no. Like, let people be people. And have an understanding that you do not have to agree with everybody. At the same time, you don't have to be around them. But you pulling off for shows, and like somebody, what happened if a scandal come out with you? Like, to show us support, like he made an ignorant comment. And I'm not saying like the entertainment world, they don't owe nothing to each other. They not friends. They did a song. He got paid. Like, but I'm saying, like, what is that as people? Then you go off and go make a public mistake, and the first thing you're gonna try to holler, even if you take it more graciously or whatever, like, you'll sit up there and holler the same thing if the world get to overdoing it. Like, I'm human. He human. Stand with the man, educate him. All the people that pulled him off of songs, why y'all didn't pull up or say or make a message like, hey, bro, we do this and that. Like, come on, man. I just really, it irked my soul when people forget that they people. Like, that irks my soul. And then, like, damn, you did a song with him for a reason. It does not make him a bad person because he made an uneducated comment. Just makes him ignorant on that. You know what I'm saying? That topic makes him ignorant on that topic that he spoke on. I'm gonna leave it like that though. I don't want to beat a dead horse. I feel like the gist is got. Like, you know, like, come on now. Let's be good to each other as people. Let's be genuine to each other as people. Don't forget that we are people. People do make mistakes. And really, words matter. And even with myself going back to school and started my podcast and wanting to better myself, you know, that 1% better than you was the day before. Like, words matter. And I'm learning that words matter. And it helps me to look up the definition for words. If I could understand, like, what does this word mean? Not the perception, not like what I think that the word means. Like, when this word came out and somebody made it up and they attached it to the damn dictionary, what did this word mean? And I feel like some people need to look up the words that they're using. Because, like, you ain't support the LGBT community. And we not the only ones affected by it. And yes, he made it towards us, but it was a ignorant comment that he did not mean in no type of malicious way. And people stepped aside themselves. And this is why we live in a world where love doesn't win and people feel like loyalty over love. But, you know, how often is that coming? Like I said all the time, like, it's love over loyalty regardless, in my eyes. But, you know, like, what did that accomplish? That you left another human, another entertainer, and I'm going to pull him off. He's a bad person. Like, you know, it just blow my mind. Like, humble ourselves. And if you actually, and I feel like I say, it's my belief, if you actually get to loving yourself and looking in the mirror, like, we all do messed up stuff, make messed up comments, say messed up things. So it builds me that humility because I have did it. Regardless if I offend a whole section of people, if I offended one person, I have did it before. So it checks myself in my mind. Like, I would never be able to judge another person. Like, it just blows me how quick we are to judge people and not support people when we all have did it. And I'm not going to say all, let me fix that, because I won't get taken out the way that I'm trying to mean it. A lot of people do not take the time and look in the mirror. And truly look in the mirror and call themselves on their own things. So, in turn, when they go off into the world, they look at people, they judge people on the surface because they surface level themselves with themselves, right? And then you got some people who are very self-reflected, have, you know, we look inward before we look outward. We look at all sides of a situation and a thing. How can I cause it? And at the end of the day, when you're not trying to force somebody to believe what you believe, to walk how you walk, to do this, it's more of an understanding like, hey, it could be a discussion. Like, hey, this happened. You made me feel like this. I felt this way and that way. It's better because I'm not trying to get nothing out of the situation but an understanding. I feel like y'all taking that man money. Y'all making these crazy comments about him. Like, y'all think y'all go break him? I'm just saying, like, that's why I feel like y'all trying to control what, y'all not gonna make him a supporter or a believer, or if he feel the way that he feel about LGBT. It wasn't people. Like, y'all made it about people and he attached it to people, but or a community or a lifestyle, however the hell you want to break it down. But it was really more ignorance about AIDS. You know what I'm saying? Like, even it just blow me. I just, like, stay humble, man. and actually try to like find solutions for problems and not attack problems. Like I don't even want to. I feel like it is this is still a segue into the other topic that I would like to talk about today. But I just don't want to go too much on just like the situation and the baby. I don't want to get lost in the fact of what I'm trying to say. Like, you know, if you really want for the world to be a better place and for people to be better people, treat people like people. Treat people like people. The baby is an entertainer. He is a superstar. He is a person at the end of the day. That is the image, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. His real name is not the baby. Treat people as people to be like, I love you as an entertainer, but I can still support you as a person. And we don't have to magnify these entertainers or, you know, so they should know better. Why should they know better? Because they're famous or their job is big or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. But like I said, it segues into the other topic because, you know, people make this big old thing. And half of the people that support it or that was pulling out shows and around like this, like, half of your staff probably doesn't want your kids to be gay. And this topic irks my nerves. You know, it just came out that, what is it, Robin on a TV show was like made bisexual. And there's some ignorant comments that was made again. And even like I said, I got family members that make comments that I catch all the time, like that they child shouldn't be exposed to this and that. And like what irks me about this is that your child, like people make gay, and I ain't going into debate. I ain't going into how I feel about it, how I believe, what makes you gay, and I'm not going into none of that on this episode. I'm just saying this as a fact of when I make this statement that people will focus so much on their child being straight or the world corrupting their child to be straight, but they will make a fucked up human being. Like, how is it that you could watch people, like, this is my thing, how it's like, oh, they watch it, they see it, it bothers them, but you could be dirty, you could be broke, you could be an asshole, you could be unforgiving, you could be all this things that still contribute to a shitty human being. I say I want to try to cuss like that. But that can contribute to a messed up person, but you are so focused on your child being gay or straight in the world of me myself. Like, don't get me wrong, like public affection. I have had females that I have been with that did not care for public affection because children are around, but it's straight or gay, like, cause it does open your mind. Like kids watch, kids see it. If you're monitoring what they watch on TV and doing this and that, but you somewhere with your child and they watching you let somebody fill up on you, or even if you just even if you just small acts of affection and pity, your child watches it. Like they're influenced by it some type of way, depending on how much that they see it, right? So, like I said, I had women that did not like public affection, but it's both ways. I have women who be like, I want to be affectionate to you, I'm going to be affectionate to you in public. And I'm just saying that, and I'm starting this off like this to say, like, you train like that, say, you train a child up in the way that you want him to go. But don't think like outside. I feel like people think they want it easy. Like, they are going to be exposed by stuff in the world, just like you was. But if you make your child strong enough to have their own mind, and like I said, I'm not going into it if you was born with it, this and that. I'm just saying surface, like, for the people who feel like we could just influence your child to be gay, and it's like the worst thing in the world. And especially for, like I said, I'm a Christ follower, but especially for like people who get big on religion and around like that, it's like, I believe in what I believe in too, and it has made me struggle with my sexuality and my lifestyle for a long time. But at the end of the day, I still say it, like, if you believe in what you believe in, the person that you believe in, or the universe, whatever the hell you think is powerful enough, and that's what your belief is, even if you believe in nothing, you feel like people got their own mind. All of that crap together. Not crap. No disrespect to you, hella fine. But all that stuff together. Um, you don't think that they could be brought back? You don't think that what you believe in is strong enough to fix it? But you just don't want it to happen. Like, I never understand it. Like, your child could go through all these things and it rubs people wrong. But I'm like, you could watch somebody have money your whole life. You could watch your favorite entertainer. You could watch a doctor. You could watch somebody get it and you could still be broke. But you could watch it. Every show that you watch could be damn Shark Tank and making money and doing this and that. But your ass broke. But you telling me, like, me being... You were able to kiss your dude. Your dude is able to smack you on the ass or do this and that. You able to, and one of the entertainers that made the comment, they like working to be straight. How the hell you working to be straight? Like, you fighting your urges to, like, if you ain't gay or you don't like a certain thing, you're not attracted to a certain sex, you're not working to do, you just don't do it. Like, I don't work to not smoke weed. I'm not a weed smoker. I don't work to do it. I just don't do it. You could have a bunch of weed around me. Don't get me wrong, like, you can hang around people and there's a fascination. It could get to a fascination, like, why do y'all do that? Like, what is it? But I'm just saying, like, my belief and how I feel about different, like, I'm not smoking no weed. Everybody around me could smoke weed. I'm not doing it. And like I say, your children can go through all these other things, but y'all put it on people who choose to be the same sex, or people who, I don't want to say choose, because I don't got time for that. Because I don't mean it like that. But I'm saying, like, people who date the same sex and around like that, it could be put on there like, damn, like, what, like, we can't do nothing. I watched I came from a heterosexual household. You know what I'm saying? I like what I like. And I don't know, man, because I don't want to go too far off into the deep end and go away from what I want to say. So I'm going to take a sip and come down, because I don't want to make it like I'm just talking trash, because I'll go in about some stuff, But truthfully, what I'm truthfully just trying to say, like, I really want to ask why. Like, I be asking a lot of questions on here. Please find me on Facebook. Find me on YouTube. Comment on these. I really be asking people, because I want people who look at the world differently than me to talk to me. Like, I'm big on that conversation. But I really want to know, like, what the hell do y'all think? All this crap that your kids could be, the world could force your, influence your kids to be, you worried about, like, gay bothers people so much. And it's like, why? Like, why? And when does gay, straight, whatever, like, when the hell does it become your business outside of your child? When is it, like, it's so much stuff to get taught in schools. I want to say Texas and Tennessee just took out some stuff that needed to be, like, it's so much stuff that you could put your power in that affects your children. But you worried about, like, why? And don't get me wrong, like, it's I ain't gonna say an uphill battle, but like I say, like, I don't need you to support me being a lesbian or being gay. I don't need you to support me. I'm gonna do it regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could make a comment about it. You could do it, like, I'm gonna do whatever regardless, right? I don't need your support on that. And at the same time, like, you don't have to accept it. You're gonna have to respect me as a person, because I'm a person, and I'm not going to let you do anything less. Like, I don't like you doing that. Okay, I won't do it with you. Or you won't be around me, but you're not gonna disrespect it. Because like I said, people can have these shitty relationships and go through dudes and females and do all this stuff, but you're worried about me influencing your child. Raise your damn children. Regardless, my parents, and all credit to the Heavenly Father too, but, like, my parents raised us to believe in ourselves in more ways than not. Regardless if it was intended, like, I'm saying, like, intentionally they did stuff to teach us to believe in ourselves. And some things just happened through situations that we went through as children that, just like shaped us. Like, I believe myself, believe in this and that. So, like, raise your kids. Like, you worried about me influencing your child to be gay, and it's just, like, the worst thing in the world when it's when, like I said, as a Bible reading person, Bible studying person, because not just reading it. Reading don't necessarily come with comprehension. That's why you got reading and comprehension. Like, you could read it and not get the gist of what the hell people trying to say. I'm gonna just say it like this though, like murder, adultery. Um, it's a lot of stuff that's mentioned in the Bible more than that. And I'm trying to find the right words to say. People lost their way. Like, it has been attached in some books where it's kind of worded like people forgot how to be. I want to say it's like when women forgot how to be women, men forgot how to be men. You know what I'm saying? When murder, adultery, like lying, this stuff happened, it was more deemed as, I don't want to say deemed. It was more put around as a choice. Like, you chose to do it. And I'm just speaking from somebody who reads the Bible. Say I'm religious about that. Somebody who reads the Bible all the time. And I know that I'm just talking, and I talk about the Bible because I'm a Christian who grew up going to church. But it's other religions that do the same thing, right? Long story short, all I'm trying to say is, like, it's a lot of stuff in the Bible that's said and it's given a choice. And it was stood down and people came back from. Why do y'all feel like this is not it? And don't get me wrong, like, I have been taught and I struggle with this too from how I was raised and what I believe. But, like, like this, raise your damn kids. And it's not going to be, yet. Like, the world is going to continue to get worse. If you feel like gay is bad, like, at the end of the day, like, the entertainers, the TV shows, the movies, they're going to tell the times. So the more people get into power or get in control of movies or doing all of this, it's going to be more sex. It's going to be more gay. Just like if you look at commercials. I sit back and I watch commercials now. It's like 1 or 2, depending on the commercial or whatever, but it's like 1 or 2 same-sex couples. And I'm like, dang, like, that's not something that you see all the time. That's going to continue to happen. It's going to be, more shows coming out. Not saying that, sorry, I'm just saying, like, more. It's going to be, at some point, normal. So if you feel like that it's just not going to be, you need to raise your damn child. And don't just raise them to hate. Because when you raise a child to be like, this is bad, and those people are bad. Just like in the baby situation. He made an ignorant comment about AIDS. Now he doesn't care for the LGBT community and he's just this bad human being. You raise your children to be like, that person is bad, or that person needs to be fixed, or that. And this is what the fuck is you teaching? Nah, sorry. What the hell is you teaching your child? And now I was raised in a household like that. You know what I'm saying? I remember the child, being told from one of my parents, like, the gay community, not, they not big. I mean, they small. They just everywhere. Like, it was always just like, it wasn't a human thing. Like, I was always frowned upon for this, that cannot choose to be gay. Cannot choose to, like put it like that. It's a choice for me to actively go out there and pursue women. I could be celibate, right? I could still sit there and be gay. Could die tomorrow and Heavenly Father, like, at least I didn't act on those urges. I can agree with that. But what in the hell did that teach me? Now every time, for the longest time, I seen a gay person, it's like, oh, they broke like me. Like, we need help. What is that doing for a person's self-esteem or just self-reflection? And as you train your children up, then you get your child, what if your child love his homeboy? Like I said, did I speak on about last episode? I'm going through Samuel right now. And then one of the scriptures in Samuel, the verses, whatever, it's like, the love, he loved him. And the love that he had was stronger than the love that he had for a woman. People could take that right there and be like, see, look, man, the Bible gay. That's gay. Like, that's cold. Like, but they talked about, women loving women. They were fighting over a woman, like, the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Through the book. And I'm just saying that to say, like, you teaching your child that a gay person is wrong or a person that did this is wrong. Well, how does that... And I'm just saying, for the people who feel like we influence your child to be gay and do all this and this, how in the hell does that... Like, what solution is that? to the problem that you feel like you don't want your child to be gay? What did you instill into your child just to hate another human being for the lifestyle that they choose? As long as you ain't gay. I don't want you beating on no women or nothing like that either, or vice versa. I don't want you being with another female, but like a dude beating on, like that's more normal. I can talk to you about it, this and that. Like it blows my mind that people really feel like that. And like I say, from a person as a human that actually do stuff, because I'm a firm believer in that. Like a lot of people don't do shit. I said it earlier. Excuse me. A lot of people don't do stuff. And they judge people because they don't do stuff. Like my mind has to be open because I continue to elevate and I continue to get put in these places where I have to die to a version of myself every other month, really, because I'm being exposed to different people in different situations because I'm moving and I am actually existing in the world. I can't go to this place and this place and think these people dirty or these people like this, stuff that I was grew up on, because I'm actually here. And it's not like, but some people never do not, they'll be in these same situation for years and just normal to the situation. You're not around. You might see one or two gay people come in. You might see one or two people that do this and that, but you really got your own stuff. They'll be doing these same things for years. There's no elevation in that. If you out there and you living and you existing and you actually enjoying yourself in the world, you understand. Like, I can't talk about people being broke because I have been broke or been without money or you low on funds before. I never talk about it no matter how money I get up, because as quick as you can get it, you don't do nothing with it, you can lose it. I can't talk about somebody who struggled with leaving somebody in a relationship, and my weak spot is relationships. Even though it's, women are not, like, I can talk, like, why won't you leave them? Shit, I know why. I know sometimes the good, even if it outweighs the bad, the feeling of the good will overshadow the mental and the messed up of the bad. So please stop. Raise your damn kids. Like, stop making it like the gay community is out here trying to, like, me existing and doing my lifestyle as a person is expecting your child, and don't send your child out. Actually, write down. Because overthinking and understanding. Actually understand. First of all, understand why you don't want your child to be gay. Teach them that. Teach them. Whatever you need to teach them. It's wrong. Murdering is wrong. Having sex before marriage is wrong. Judging people, hella wrong. Not saying sorry or acknowledging that you hurt somebody's feelings is messed up. I can go on down the list. But actually sit there and understand why you don't want your child to be gay. Try to work on that solution to teach a child whatever. But don't just say it's bad. Don't just say, because it's a lot of stuff that your child is going to do that he's going to understand like that's bad, that's not right. But teaching your child about something that may or may not happen to them, or a lifestyle that they may or may not choose to do, and this is coming from somebody that has experienced it with both parents. And I feel like my parents have got a lot better, but it's still like, it's not that you accept it, which you don't have to. It's just that you rather have your child than losing your child, because I'm going to do what I'm going to do regardless. And if it offends you as your child, like, I won't bring it around, but I cannot go back to that bubble of me not loving myself to please you, when I know, like, the love that I may get from this person, I might not see from you on a daily basis or monthly basis. And it's nothing bad against parents or nothing like that. I don't mean it like that, but I'm just saying, like, long story short, love your child, teach your child, and understand what you're trying to teach your child. Understand what you're trying to teach them. But all that just, gay wrong, and the gay community affecting this, and if they start putting it on TV, straight stuff get put on TV. It's a lot of stuff in the world, and people don't want people to see it, because you really don't want to, and this is me, my opinion, some people really don't want to raise their kids, because they don't know how, because they think, overthinking. People think a whole lot. They assume life shapes them a whole lot, but they don't sit back and go try to understand themselves. Don't try to go back and understand their thought process. They don't go out and try to understand what even that they want. What do you want your child to be as a person? I feel like, and people always say, on top of me being young, they always say I haven't had kids yet, but I watch people with kids that are miserable with kids. Like, all that is good. If you, I I take it like that. If you let life F you over and screw you to being a crappy person, that's what you will be. So it's not just because I'm young or none of that. I choose not to let life beat me down and stay true to the understanding that I have of myself as a person. Stay genuine, love people, continue to elevate. Do your best to walk like and be like the Christ that you believe in. That is my core foundation as a person. So when that foundation is starting to get loose or get cracked or get bumpy in it, I'm able to go realign myself, fill the cracks or whatever, because I know who I am as a person. Me dating women is a that's a lifestyle. Me liking boxing, like it's stuff that identifies me and that tells you about me. But you got to come to like, who am I as a person, regardless of all of that? If you never knew my sexual preference, if you never knew my job, if you were never able to see my skin color, what am I as a person? And I know this gonna rub a lot of people wrong, but a lot of shit rub a lot of people wrong. Like, what we gonna do about it? It's like, actually raise your children. Actually understand how you want to raise your kids. Actually sit there and take the time out to. You could see your child do little different stuff, and it could be like, oh, they act like this, or they do like this. They getting it. We as people, as human beings, we adapt. You know what I'm saying? We adapt. So your child could adapt to you as a person, adapt to your rules and this and that, and they get outside of your house and they don't have that structure, and they do not have to act like that anymore, or they're not around people that are forcing them, that don't think the way that you think. And then guess what you thought you made your child, I didn't raise. That's my thing that gets me all the time. I didn't raise you like that. How the hell do you think you raised me? Where the heck do you think I got it from? That is a sore subject for me, because when people say that, I be like, when parents say that, it be like, well, how the hell you think you raised me? So I'm bringing it back full circle. What I was gonna say at the beginning of that statement was, sit there and check on your kids and actually think, why do you, like, as much as you check up on your kids not want to be gay and not doing this and seeing if they like the other sex or crap like that, sit there and really understand what your child is taking from you. Like, you sit there and you ask your child questions like, why does mommy tell you this and that? And then how does that make you feel like a person? Why shouldn't you lie? Because it's bad and it hurts people's feelings. Okay, and why is that important to not hurt people's feelings? I wouldn't want nobody to hurt my feelings. Like, if you're really, I'm just saying my opinion, if you're really trying to sorry, I'm going to get better, I promise. Because I want kids to be able to listen to me too. So that's why I try not to cut as much. It's not the fact that I'm grown and I can say what I want to. I really want children to be able to listen to. Because children are people just as much as older people in the middle, like all of that. There are people. And everybody does not have somebody to talk to. And I want to be able to, for kids and grown folks to be able to talk to. If that makes sense. But all I'm saying is, like I was saying before that, figure out actually what you're trying to teach your kids, and check up on your kids and see, like, what the hell am I raising? Why is that person act like that? Why is they, like, I was in the car with my nephew the other day, and it was like, is that a boy or a girl? Just that man's mannerisms may tell you his sexual preference, right? May tell you how he is in person, because there was but, and, like, don't get me wrong, like, some people just feel like you could be gay and you could be a girl but still be girly. That is an adoption of the world. Because, you go off into war, I'm going to wear the same uniform as the other person. My underwear will be different. So I do not feel like the Heavenly Father gives two else if we're supposed to be walking around here naked in the first place. If we're supposed to be walking around here naked in the first place, I don't think he cares. Me personally, my belief, in the day that he puts me to sleep and wakes me back up, I better be called on it. And I don't even want to say that because people make that. I'll be what I am when I make it. But I ain't even going to that. But the Heavenly Father will sort it out. I believe that if you're meant to be with him or whatever, and he wants everybody, He'll get you to figure it out way before you pass and go on. My belief and my gist from this time of reading through the Bible and reading and getting a better understanding of Revelations. But before I go down into that tunnel, that rabbit hole, all I'm saying is like you understand how you wanna raise your kids and sit up there and check up on them. What I was saying about my nephew identifying that person in the way that they walk, all the off top, it was a funny look. And even like my sister was like, he shouldn't have to see that. But I'm like, it's life. We don't know what that person do. We don't know what that person blessed to be because they act that way. And even now, me as a person, like, let's take it away from straight and gay and just that scenario that happened. I see guys out, like, my father he expresses his emotions, but he's always been, like, in my mind, a manly man. Tough. So when I don't see guys as tough, and I'm just saying ignorance that I have and this bias and that I have in my mind, I be like, they gay. Like, they might not be straight. Like, they straight, they got families, but, like, undercover, they gay. And that's not true. They just not this tough, manly man. They don't mean that they don't like women. But that is a bias and, like, a prejudice that I have in my head because they are supposed to move and act a certain way. Heavenly Father made them a man. They with their wives. And I'm talking about on a straight level. Some guys don't like fighting. My dad a fighter. My dad is a protector. Dude, is it gay for him not to be a protector? Or don't like to fight? Does that not make... So he not... Oh, I can't... Does that not make him a man? And like I said, I'm saying all that to say, like, you could judge somebody's mannerisms and around like that, but what is that? You're shaping your child to be whatever you think your child will be. I can't act like this. I can't do this. I can't be goofy. I'm going to be looked at as this and that. Like, understand. Really understand. What are you trying to raise your child to be? I want my child to be confident. I can't, the Heavenly Father can't test me on how I am or what I'm doing as a person or getting better. Or even school, because everybody don't believe. But my job, any type of anything can't evaluate you if you're not tested. So this whole thought, like gay people going away, or crap that you don't like or you don't want your child exposed to is going away, is just delusion at its finest. And like that's what it's there for. Like, if you feel like you're raising your child to believe in whatever the hell that you think that you're raising your child to be, if you really feel like they're stuck in their head and you doing a great job at being a parent, then that comes, hey, mama, this dude did this and that. But, I was like, that's weird. Like, I ain't like it. They told me I can't hang around this guy because he gay, but I don't want to do nothing with him, and he ain't never tried me. He played good basketball. That to me is my child. Like, yeah, I raised you to love people, be genuine, know yourself. These kids ain't in tune with themselves nowadays. That's the damn problem. And guess who they being raised by? People that weren't in tune by themselves because their parents weren't in tune by themselves. But they got they got this list in this. I was just listening to the pastor the other day. He said the Heavenly Father never intended for you to try to live your life off this list of everything that you can't do. That's not grace, that's not mercy, that's not living and walking in the faith. That is law. Like, you don't need to do this and that. You don't need to do, that is law. Like, you don't need to run a red light, you don't need to do this. But is that shaping you as a person? Or is that just, is that shaping your inner core as a person because you don't run if you do or you don't run red lights? I just try to really break it down for people to understand, like, you telling your child not to be gay or judging another person off of how they act, how they walk, how they talk, is that stopping your child from being gay? Is that teaching your child self-love? Is that teaching your child any type of... Like, what the hell is that teaching your child except gay people are bad? Not letting your child be, hey, mama, that guy cute, that's gay. Shit, I ain't gonna tell a little boy that's gay. For being human... If I see a female and she pretty, regardless if I want to have sex with, relate, whatever, I'm just like, she's cute. I can say a car is nice, doesn't mean that I know shit about cars or I want that car. But you tell a little boy or a little girl, like, I love my friend, like, my friend, my best. You got relationships, just like I say, the Samuel Cole, like, the relationship that he had with him was greater than when he had with woman. You got best friends that love each other, that are not, no, they're not lesbians or they're not gay, but they love each other. And the bond that they have is, I don't want to say deeper than what they have in a relationship, but it's a bond that is tight. You know what I'm saying? But if you sitting up here teaching your child this and that, my partner, like, I feel good when I'm around my partner. This, that don't make him gay, but it's, oh, that's gay. That's gay. That's gay. Not having sex with a man. I mean, not having, you know what I'm saying? So that makes him gay because he's, hey, that's, I love my friend. Or I thought, oh, that guy's cute. Or I like his outfit. Like, what the hell? Like, y'all feel like we corrupt. Y'all are not teaching y'all kids. And then the crap that y'all do tell them or teach them is fucked up, screwed up. Sorry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? And, like, damn. But like I said, your child could be around broke. Child of molest, like all types of these closed off minds, but you teaching your child to identify one thing about a person because you don't want your child to be that. You're not teaching your child. In my mind, it stops your child in creative processes. It starts making them closed off and blocked. Because what is you being built like a person? You sit back with y'all straight asses, and how are you as a person? Like, how the hell are you as a person? How are your children? Because I done seen people in heterosexual relationships that kids are screwed up, and they are screwed up, and that it has been the same way in homosexual. Because as people, regardless of whatever sex you like, it goes deeper than that in the building, in the foundation of a human being. All this stuff that people talk about, because people always use the Bible, you can't tell me that the person that created me hates me. You never be able to convince me of that. But it's so much other stuff in there. It's so much other stuff that is harped on. Like, you could talk about all this crap about being gay, but you missed all of these love people, have faith, trust in who you are. All that crap could get missed. But your child know, no, that's being gay is in the Bible. It's a lot of stuff in the Bible. I could talk about this all day. It's definitely a sore spot for me. Like I said, just growing up in the household with that, in the ignorance, like being gay is the worst thing I could be. And then and even being judged so much off of your sexuality, at a point I was very judgmental. And I still have to catch myself. Because in the most humblest way, like, I have did so much than a lot of people that judged me as a child. I have accomplished my thought process, the way that I deal with money, any little situations. It made me more judgmental being judged, because I'm like, well, if we being judged about mistakes that we make, the way that we choose to live our life, well, me looking at I'm doing better than your ass. And that's just not right. People make mistakes. You have no if you judging somebody and there's no education or no type of process or nothing that you want out of that to keep a relationship with a person, then keep it to yourself or keep it amongst people that think the way you do. Some stuff just doesn't need to be said out loud. Like, when I tell you I was very judgmental. Because I'm like, bro, like, because I was judged. See how that action work? I was judged so hard. And I'm like, bro, I'm killing the game. I'm blessed. So now I ain't blessed. Now I ain't this and that. Or the devil doing that because I choose to live this lifestyle. Hell, if I was out here working with murderers and all types of people, what is it? Finessing isn't my word. But like people who get over on people who treat people like crap, he can work with all of them. Like, I can go on and on. I'm telling you, like, back in the day, your wife or your girl, they your girl. They can't tell you not to have sex. We can coexist among rapists all day long. But because I'm gay, it's, like, I wish that the people that had these conversations with me behind closed doors, I was able to talk to them more on the podcast. But people believe how they believe and what they believe, but they don't necessarily, sorry, they don't necessarily want to talk about it. Because I feel like at some point in their mind, and just like having conversation, talking to people, and not communicating, is it? Communicating and just being open and having conversations with people, like it builds you. Just even having a conversation, like you could, like I said, you could talk to yourself, you could talk to a wall, you could learn, and like you could still get problems and stuff solved. But like talking to people and understanding, like I think like this, but some things, even just saying it out loud, you're like, damn, like when it made sense in my mind this way, but even saying it out loud and thinking back on it, or hearing, or even just talking to somebody that does not agree or see life or see the world, like I said on one of my highest view episodes, perception is not reality. Your perception of the world is your reality, but it's not the reality of the world. It's just how you view reality. So with that being said, like talking to people who looks at the world different than you, it helps to kind of put things in perspective within yourself. Cause you're like, man, like I'm judging them for being gay, but I do this, I do that, I walk around like this, and people get so big on this cosmetics, and I'm just saying like face makeup and nothing like that, but like acting and trying to be like, people really believe like if I act straight, I won't be gay. If I act like I got money, I won't be broke. I can say that out loud, and there's plenty of people that be like, no, you can still be broke. They just out here, they be capping, they be out here they acting, and you know what I'm saying? You can still be broke, but what's any different than that than your child seeing two men kiss or two females kiss? They put it in their mind. So what? You kiss your dude. If you want to just teach your child about how you are can influence or can open up people's mind, or can expose is the word I'm looking for. Expose other people to this, then just teach them both spectrums. Like you don't have to kiss your girlfriend or your boyfriend in public. You know what I'm saying? Like some people are uncomfortable with public affection, and you want to be aware of other people's feelings because you want people to be aware of your feelings. If that's how you feel. Like it mind blows me that people don't realize how they raising their children until we get grown. Or the things that they're negatively doing to contribute to some effed up ways to their child until we get older. Because people don't go back and go check on it. Like, I didn't raise you like that. How the hell do you think you raised me? And where the hell do you think I got this from? Why do you think I act like this? People don't go back and talk. And I said it. I had a conversation with some people in my family, my mom. And I don't have it chopped up because I will insert some of that conversation into this episode. But it was just more on the lines of like, people don't go back and talk to their kids. We don't go back and check on even nieces, nephews. Like people, everybody say people get so possessive. This is my child. I want this. Your child exists in the world. You could die tomorrow, and your child might live to be this. Like we get so caught up on that's my sister, that's my brother, that's my. Like I don't give a damn. Somebody out there trying to make you a better person, they good. The more people, the merrier. One is the loneliest number. Two is the long. Well, you know how that song go? Like like. The more people the better, but we get so possessive and we get so caught up on people trying to, I want in the army, I want my leader that I love to be able to, if he start working with everybody else, he ain't gonna let me. Like it's so crazy if we sit here and just think about how people think, or like focus and understand how people think really. It's just like crazy some of the stuff that we put out into the world, and we make the world exactly what we don't want it to be. We got a bunch of judgmental, critical, not doing nothing people. And it's like, and then you judge the people who, like me, I could tell, oh yeah, I do a podcast. I'm a cater, got my little Uber side hustles. I'm getting ready, go to college. I can say all this stuff that I'm doing, and it's like, oh dang, like, Oh, then it's like, oh, and you gay? People don't give a damn about that no more. Damn, you could talk to a girl? If it ever comes up in certain situations, they don't give a damn. That ain't me as a person. You got all this going on. That's so dope. But you teach your child that person that might have even and I'm a strong believer like this. If I'm trying to go fix something, I'm gonna send the person. If I'm trying to go fix a problem, I'm gonna send the person that I know is able to fix it. So if my class is not doing good with math, I'm gonna send in a math teacher that teaches it maybe a little bit better than what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna get them a teacher that's teaching it better maybe than what I'm gonna get a tutor that's teaching them better than what the teacher's doing. You follow me on that? So if I'm a good player, I'm gonna go get this dude good at basketball. And however he thinks about running the plays and doing it, I want him to go get on a team that's not good to try to get a couple people to be like him. And I'm saying that to say with you training your child up in religion, Christ follower, all these different little things you want to make a person. Your child go get off in the world and you got this strong belief, your child will get placed in a situation. Your child, if like that, like they say, who needs a doctor? Sick people or people that are healed. And I'm just saying for the thought process. I'm not saying that by no means. If I feel that homosexuals are sick, if people who think that is sick, I ain't saying that. But I'm just saying like you train your child up to be this way in their belief and they understand why they feel this way. Believe that your child is powerful enough to affect change. I'm gonna put it like that. The most nicest, cleanest way that I can say that. Cause I gotta believe that I'm good enough to like rub off on some people whether they ever tell me or not. I'm such a I'm not to say good person. My mindset and the way that I think is genuine enough to be able to rub off on other people. Because whatever preconceived notion and judgment that they had about my lifestyle, about my people, the way that I am, the way that I work, how I am as a person, it has shaped how they think. It has shaped how they think. They will adopt some of the ways that I am because how strong and how genuine and how firm I stand on how I am. Regardless if they never tell me or not. Like I say it because people have told me. But I think about like how many people don't tell you. I'm like this because of you. So you teach your child to be a strong child, boyfriend, congregation, community, all of that. You teach them to believe in themselves and to believe in whatever, the core of whatever you're trying to teach them. And let them off into the world. I mean, Heavenly Father said, God sent the Heavenly Father. You know what I'm saying? Both. Heavenly Father, I put it. You know what? I ain't gonna jumble it up. The Heavenly Father sent himself down here in the form, my belief, in the form of this person to save millions of people. He didn't reach millions of people when he was walking. He didn't sit here and not try to make the world be what it was. And people always be like, if this person, like there are people who don't believe. And I'm gonna say, I never try to force people to believe. I got friends who don't believe, family, like that's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? What you eat does not make me use the restroom. But all I'm saying is like people say that, and for the ones who do say that, it'd be like, they wasn't up there preaching in heaven, and they were created to praise him. And half of them, like 1/3 of them fell when his right hand man fell. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's life. I don't know. I don't sit there and try to rack my brains about the small things. And that's small to me. Like, why would he make the world bad? Like, what is making it, whatever. Because I cut this episode to be so... I just say, like, at the end of the day, like, he brought himself down here to him for me. He affected enough people to make change. And we here years, thousands of years later. And I feel like thousands, regardless of how big anything else grows, we'll be here 1,000 or more years, and however to whenever he comes, and people will be able to believe. So you make your child this stellar person, and you instill your values and your concepts and your belief into your child, and you make that strong, where them walking in their daily life, it comes out. Because I'm not just leading when I'm a homosexual. If it comes up, it comes up. But respect, integrity, work ethic, discipline, that is who I am. That is what I do, regardless of who I'm with. That is what's going to stand out. That is what was instilled in me. That is what's the core of my belief. Not me wearing some slacks, what underwear I choose to wear, how I choose to dress. Because if it was acceptable to walk around naked, a lot of us wouldn't even have clothes on. So a lot of this wouldn't even be a problem. Let's make that acceptable. We need to start it like how they got nude beaches. There need to be nude communities where people are able to walk around naked. You know how much of that you wouldn't even got to worry about? You don't have to worry about me dressing like a boy. Cause I'm straight slanging with birthday suit. I'm betting 1,000%. I'm betting so for real. I'm betting 1,000%. Cause the crowd that the stuff that y'all magnify. Like think about if it was just coming to law. It could be your choice to walk around with clothes or not. We need to be walking around naked with my child. My child don't need to be seeing this and that. And if they do see it, need to be mine. But damn, man, if I walk around that motherfucker with a suit on, and I'm a girl, you gonna be like, I'm making your child gay. Like, pick the damn point. But, see, I talk about that all day. I ain't putting what I'm drinking on. Nah, it's on there. Y'all might see it on YouTube, but I ain't putting it. I'm gonna just wrap this episode up like this. I say it all the time. Be genuine to people. Love people. Love people. And teach you. Whoever, like I say, community, church, congregation, family members, whatever. Teach them to be the best version of themselves. And watch how better they are outwardly to people. We teach people to... We get so focused on problems and what we can't do and what we're not supposed to do that we miss all this stuff that is out here. And the way that we can conduct our life and knowing that mistakes are happening, that we are human and we are... The internet didn't take the humility out of the world. It didn't. This is my belief. But how can I say, it just magnified a problem that's been going on, that you don't really teach your kids nothing. You show them, you kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me, you nature them to be something, you nurture them to be one way, but it's like, we're not really instilling stuff no more. Like, I always think about, like, old soldiers who I used to see and the people that I used to talk to that still got their haircuts and still be old out there running. And it's just like, why do you still get up why you still get up and work out? It was instilled in them to do PT. You get soldiers now where it's just like, it's a game, it's checking the block. I'm taking you to church to check the block. I'm telling you about this to check the block. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm just doing it because to be doing it. But it's just something that you were taught. It was just some stuff that you was taught that you teaching your kids, and now they able to have more things against what you're trying to teach them and show them, and you don't really know how to combat it because you don't even really understand why the hell you feel the way you feel. You don't even damn near like yourself as a damn person. So how you gonna teach a little small human being to like themselves and be themselves as a person when you up here morphing into a chameleon, whatever dude, the female you choose to be with, or whatever job you choose to be? Who the hell are you as a person? We so quick to be like, you're a husband, you're a girlfriend, you're a boyfriend, you're supposed to act like this. When you go to work and you're professional, you're supposed to act like this. And your job tells you how you're supposed to conduct yourself for them. And you go to church and these commandments, they tell you this, and all this other stuff is in there, and there's all this love and all this other, you could still be yourself. This is just things of how you're supposed to, how can I put it? If your job got different in certain rules, and we talk about professionalism, a certain way you're supposed to act at work, that should not take away from who you are as a person. That should just add on when you're at these places. But people that get so offended, hey man, I work for this restaurant and this establishment, so you talk about it, and the best way I can explain it, the best way I could try to keep it as clean as possible with less confusion. Teach your people to be the best versions of themselves and get them to understand who they are as people and why you believe it. Actually instill it in them. And I'm going to say this from whatever you believe in. From people who do, I don't know, to every African American out there that has been judged by our color, for every Hispanic, Asian, every race, I feel you. I don't know how it feels to speak a different language and be judged because you're not speaking the language that people feel like you should speak. But I could say that I empathize with you and I'm there with you and I feel you because I know how it feels to not be a color that you're supposed to be. To the LGBTQ alphabet mafia, the family, I love y'all. And, for all of us who do struggle, some people don't, but for the ones who do struggle, hey, I'm with you. It's not an easy battle. To the people that's out there starting businesses, out there taking risks, I'm with you. Keep your head focused, keep going. I support you. And I support you like I'm telling you, just like I tell myself, you are greatness. And anybody who is starting a business, doing something, send it to me. And I'll actually show you and actually support you too. And I'm going to say I said those things to just say like I'm a person, I'm human, and I can identify with so much. To instill in your kids, your community, your family, whatever, instill it and actually get them to understand, because that is what's going to make better people in the world. That is what is going to the humility, whatever you want, that is what's going to give it. Making better people within themselves. Not just identifying things that are wrong. Be good. Tell people about the good and the love that can be shown to make it better. But don't teach a child because they see a male acting feminine and that part of who they is or are as a person. And that child wrinkling up them face and you feel like that child shouldn't be exposed to that when there's so much wrong in the world. And your child you take to church and you do all this and you can instill these things in them. That child won't even go over there and go talk to that person. Who are you teaching them to go save? You don't need to go save another Christian if they already believe. You can help make them think differently about certain things, but why are you teaching your kids to only be around Christians? Who are you saving? What did you go through that like, Heavenly Father? Like, hey, I was hanging out without Christians. Who the hell did you bring to me? Heavenly Father was not walking. How many churches did he go to? Please tell me. The Bible people, tell me. I tell you 5 times front to back I've read. How many churches did Heavenly Father go to? But how many churches was he in? His presence. What he was. How many people started churches off of? He in all of them, technically, yes. How many times did he just sit down there and sit there and go to church? Let me know. Please let me know. So like I say, I'm saying that to say, raise your people, instill in your people to be who they are, let them go off in the world and go change it. children, adults, whatever. You got the ability to change the world, but you have to know who you are as a person, and you go out there and live it. Not go out there and force it. Not go out there and judge people. But that's how I'm going to end this episode. I love y'all. I'm tired. My voice is almost gone. I pray this audio is good and this message got through y'all. I got merch coming. If anybody who's done dealt with it, anybody that can help me, I'm just trying to find the best vendor possible. I have a limited supply of shirts. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Overthinking Understanding. On Instagram is OTUS_podcast. YouTube, Overthinking Understanding Podcast. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Hey, but I'm signing off. Go out there and be great. Go out there and be genuine and love people. Thank y'all for checking out Overthinking Understanding Podcast. I have been your host, Victoria Moore.